This is just a very short video that I'm making because I've become aware of a safety issue relating to the charging of the batteries for the Eachine E129 helicopter. Now this is a really fine helicopter, I really like it, it flies extremely well, it's very good for beginners to start with, it has many good features, some of them are innovative. These batteries, modular like this, are a bit of an innovation for this type of small helicopter. They're very good. The case protects the battery very well and crashes it and the like. The battery plugs into a plug in the helicopter and it plugs in very firmly. It's quite hard to get it in and out, but the reason is that it makes a very good connection, which is just what you want. So I've got no issue with these batteries at all. However, there is something that people need to be aware if they're going to use these batteries safely, because if they don't use them safely, there is a real danger of fire. So what I'm saying is that if you're going to charge these batteries, which are charged through a USB port of a computer or a power bank or whatever you have to use the supplied charging cable. Now, because the connector on them is a micro USB, there's going to be a temptation for people to use a cable like this one. It's a generic USB cable with a micro USB connector. Millions and millions of people have these to charge their mobile phones or their tablets. But the difference between that cable and this cable is that this one contains the charging circuit that makes sure the battery charges safely up to the right voltage and with the right current. That one doesn't do that. So just to give you, to show you graphically what happens, this is a USB monitor. It tells me what's coming out of the USB port, and that gives a guide as to what's going into the battery. I'm going to use the standard cable here and you'll see what happens. First of all, we see that at the moment, because there's nothing plugged in, there's 5.33 volts available at this USB port, but there's no current because the current's not flowing because nothing's connected. So I'll connect this battery. This battery needs charging, I know that. Current goes up to 0.76, and that's perfectly fine. It's a little bit high for this battery, but that's because it's early in the charge. It'll steadily decline. The charge will take about half an hour, and this is all perfectly safe. The battery will last a long time if only ever used this way and charged this way, and we're all happy. However, let's suppose that we think, oh, we can charge several batteries at once because we've got several of these and several power banks, and we'll use one of those instead of the standard charging cable. Now, I'm only going to do this for a very short time, just to make the point. Plug in the battery to this cable without the standard provided cable, and what do we see here? Here's the voltage going up to, oh, it's varying, but it's always over 3 amps. 3 amps into this tiny battery. That's bad enough in itself, but the real problem is that when it gets to 4.2 volts, it won't stop. It'll keep on putting energy into this battery, and how quickly it does it will depend on how good the power bank is or the USB port. This one's capable of doing the 3 amps. Your computer ones probably won't even be able to do 3 amps or anywhere near it, but all that means is that it will just take longer for them to wreck the battery and potentially cause a fire than this power bank would. So please, my message very loud and clear is only use this cable. Don't lose this cable, because if you do, you've got no way to charge the batteries. Other than that, as I say, love the helicopter, love the batteries. It's a great product, but you do need to know this.